Happy Vesak Day, everybody. Welcome, Serene. Bonjour, Laurent. Ça va? Hi, Yoshi. Waki Ching. I am Q Young. Hi, Dab. Patty. Hi, Jack. Hi, Lois. Good to see you. Hi, Ewan, Judy. Frederic. We have a lot of props today, Fred. Make sure you bring your luggage. You're so cute, I miss you. Hi Andy, hi Kieran. Hi Sayori. The Ministry of Faith, Sitang Annie. Hi Candy Sparkles, Boba Wonderland. Hi Janice. Hi Ayumi, good afternoon. Now everybody, we're using more props today, okay? We're using one bolster. If you don't have a bolster, take 2 firm pillows. We're also using 2 blocks, and by now you should know if you don't have blocks, you can use heavy books. We're also using a blanket. Now, welcome to Immunity Booster with me. It's a 60-minute practice. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can find your calm amidst your chaos. But before I explain the details of the practice, I'm just going to share that last week, I had a bit of a moment, okay? So there are a lot of changes during this period to adapt to, and sometimes the changes can be very overwhelming. So distinctly remember last Thursday, I felt my anxiety build up to the point where I felt like it was difficult to breathe. You know, I was starting to get a little bit uptight in my exchange with my husband, even though that change had nothing to do with him. And so I started to get a bit flustered, and I noticed that anxiety from those changes was spilling over into the other areas of my life. And so I told my husband, I said, I need 30 minutes by myself. I went into the bedroom, closed the door, and I've got 4 dogs, okay, and a husband. So there are a lot of us in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I was just like, I need 30 minutes. And he knows, you know, when I'm in this state of mind, like I'm giving myself a timeout. And what I did was, my mat was already on the floor, and all I did was I laid on the mat and I put my legs up against the wall. There's this very simple posture called Viparita Karani. In English, it's called legs up the wall. And I didn't even use any props. I was so desperate to give myself a timeout. I simply lay on the mat, legs up the wall, and I closed my eyes. I didn't fall asleep. For that perhaps 20 minutes, 30 minutes, all I did was I worked on calming my nervous system. And initially when I lie down, the mind is spinning, the breath is still not regulated. But through a process of noticing how my body reacts and breathing consciously, over the years of practicing healing modules and practicing restorative in particular, I have acquired the skills to self-soothe. In the same way a baby kind of, you know, cries out and eventually sends him or herself to sleep, that is a skill that kind of follows us into adulthood as well. So in complete silence, no aroma oils, no music, nothing, I was there to give myself a 30-minute timeout, and I felt like a new person right after. So today the theme of the practice is finding your calm amidst the chaos. We will do that through breathing. So I'd like you to just practice the stroke of the arms, because we're going to pair breathing with movement, okay? So from wherever you are, place your hands here in line with your collarbones. We're going to now inhale. So I will say, receive the inhalation. Follow the flow of the breath. The breath goes into the nostrils, and then it goes down throat, chest, pit of the belly. Flip the palms. I will say, let go of the exhalation. Belly button to spine, bring the breath out through the nostrils, and then I'm going to say pause. Okay, let's try that again. Receive the inhalation. Flip. Let go of the exhalation, and pause. So for meditation today, we're going to do just that. The pause your breaths is kumbhaka, breath retention. That pause is so poignant because when we cultivate a sense of calm during the pause, we are learning to self-soothe. The space in between your breaths gradually becomes the space in between your thoughts. And when you are flustered in your mind and challenges or changes come your way, that gap in between your thoughts is that allowance for you to mold what would have been a reaction into a conscious response. That means we don't react to something. We have that space in between our thoughts. We cultivate how we want to package our answer or our physical response or our attitude towards something else. So the space between your thoughts is so powerful. It's your meditation off the mat. And then your response has ripple effects. It has repercussions, doesn't it? So if we're constantly reactive, it affects a lot of things in our life. But if we know how to be responsive, then the course of our lives will change as well. If you are a regular yoga practitioner, you start off downward dog, feel the arms, stretch the sides of the body, listen to your breath. All these are physical, okay? And as you acquire those skills of recognition, of observation along the way, learn to apply it to your day off the mat. Learn to notice when things are so overwhelming and you need a time out. Or when you're handling someone or something or a situation and you feel the breath start to change. Hey, think about that. I now need to apply the pause between my breaths so that I can have space in between my thoughts. And that is what we're going to work on today. Towards the end of the practice, we are also going to do Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a form of guided relaxation. It's when the mind stays attentive, but the body is resting. So it is that threshold in between the alpha and the theta brain waves, and they call it hypnagogic state. So when your mind is lucid but the body is completely relaxed, it helps to unwind your nervous system. And that is even more precious than just crashing or falling asleep, because when that happens, the body shuts down. But if your nervous system is so wound up, that still continues rolling on, which is why even though people might sleep, the quality of their sleep might not always be deep or restorative. So let's venture into a slightly longer Yoga Nidra today. It's going to be a real treat for all of us. Let's begin. Place your hands in front of the heart. And today I have no music, deliberately so. But if you prefer music for your practice, go ahead and switch on something for yourself. Close your eyes, everybody. As the center of your heart expands forward and upwards to find contact with your thumbs, I invite you to observe the state of your breath as it is right now. Are you struggling to breathe? Are the inhalations hurried and the exhalations fast? Or do you, in one way or another, are able to breathe a little more smoothly, a little more calmly? Let go of any need to be perfect or to do more, and simply sit back, relax, and observe the breath. We invite ourselves, me, you, and all the people who are connected through this platform at this moment, we invite ourselves to the starting line of the practice. We are spending quality time with us, nurturing the being that is housed within us. We honor that intention with a gentle and silent bow. As we release the bow, let's bring our baby fingers where the collarbones are, getting ready for our movement meditation with breathing. Receive the inhalation, nostrils, throat, chest, belly, flip, palms up. Let go of the exhalation, belly, chest, throat, nostrils, and then pause. Receive the inhalation. Flip, let go of the exhalation. And pause. Inhale. Flip, exhale. Pause the breath. Receive the inhalation. Think about the word receive and what it means. To wholeheartedly be able to take something, receive something. Flip, let go of the exhalation. Think about the word letting go and what it means. No reservation to release. Letting go wholeheartedly and completely, pausing here. Now on your own, for 3 minutes, I'd like you to try to be fully connected to the coordination between breath and movement. And as you pause in kumbhaka or breath retention, start to explore how long you are able to hold your breath without tensing the body or frowning the face. The strokes of the arms are smooth. And then start to see if the end of the exhalation can be when your palms are in line with your nostrils. And when you pause, you're still sitting with your spine upright, with your heart open, the sides of the rib cage feeding into that energy that you're retaining within the body. The palms are open, the palms are soft. Receive the inhalation. Your breath, your life force, nourishes us from within. Let go of the exhalation. How much more can you let go? And then that poignant pause where there is no forcing. It's just you doing your meditation, being in the moment, allowing nothing from the past or nothing from the future to hold you down or to hold you back. 1 more minute, everybody. We're getting used to the stroke of the arms, the coordination of the breath. And if you've already got that down pat, I'd like you to work on extending your kumbhaka or your breath retention. If you like to, you can add on your bandhas. They are your locks. And when you activate your bandhas through the pelvic floor, the belly, and the throat, you are helping to retain that breath with a little more discipline. Two more rounds. When you are done, let's sit in Chin Mudra, second finger and the thumbs to touch. And it is here that you will regulate your breathing. We welcome this state of mind. We welcome the experiences and sensations that we now recognize within the body. We take a moment to receive the clarity of the headspace. The attention that we are currently able to hold over our practice. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Pause between our breaths. One day becomes the space between our thoughts. That's how you find your calm amidst the chaos. Let's recognize that intention of the practice and we receive it wholeheartedly. Blink your eyes open, everybody, and let us uncross the legs and recross it in the opposite orientation. If you need to, roll the ankles out a little, okay? I hope you can hear me properly. If you need to communicate with me, just type your comments down at the box below. Now let's work into some side stretches of the body before we go into a gentle salutation. Arms up, breathing. Right hand down, left arm up above the head, breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale. 4 more sets, breathe in now. Exhale. Scoop the right armpit under the body, lift the left armpit to the sky. Inhale up. Listen to your breath, exhale. Belly in, right sit bone down. Inhale up. Exhale. Use the muscles in the neck to support your heavy head. Inhale up. Exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pop the heart forward. Inhale up. Exhale, 4. Firm grounding through the right palm, maybe even ground down into the right forearm. Inhale up. Exhale, 4. Scoop the left side of the belly under, open through the right side of the rib cage. Breathe in up. Last time, 5. Inhale up. Sink down through the pelvis. Last time, 5. Breathe in up. Twist the body to the right this time. The left hand will go on the outside of the right thigh. Now, turn your right armpit towards the wall that is now on your right side. Okay, so wherever the tip of the nose is facing. And then broaden your right collarbone and let the eye of the right elbow turn up towards the ceiling. Back to center, grow tall. To the left side, exhale. Push down through your sit bones, lift up through the ribs. Now narrow your waistline, belly button into spine. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Feel the length of the upper and the middle back. Now neck long, shoulders down, turn the head. Inhale up, exhale left. Now let your knees draw down to the floor and then lift out of your waist. Stretch the spine to the ceiling. 2 more sets. Inhale. Exhale. Listen to your breath. Breathe in. If you like, you can constrict the back of the throat for Ujjayi. It helps to move your energy while still keeping a calm state of mind. Last time, inhale up. Exhale to the right. Breathe in up. Exhale to the left. Come back to center. Inhale. Hands to the floor. Let's roll over onto all 4s. Separate your 10 fingers. Spine is in neutral. Tuck toes under. Breathe in. Tailbone up. Belly low. As we squeeze the inner elbows together, can you also bring the shoulder blades together behind you? This will open through the front of the heart. Now arch through the lower back by pushing into your straight arms and pressing down into your toe pads. Exhale, round, tailbone tucks under, belly in, squeeze towards your forearms, chin to chest, look up at your belly button. Inhale, lift. Broaden your collarbones, send them forward. Shoulders go forward a little, stacking directly over your wrists. Exhale, round. Don't move the kneecaps, just squeeze the inner thighs together. Tuck the tailbone under, pull it towards your nose. Inhale, lift. Feel the front of the belly, the skin stretching, sinking low, being heavy as your body weight travels forward into your finger pads. Exhale, round. Let the sides of the body envelope in towards the front of your torso. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. The hips go up, the heels go down. 1 minute, we're here. Feel the arms, feel the waistline. Ground down with conviction into your hands. Close your eyes, take a moment, hang your head. Whatever your down dog might look like today, let's not worry too much about alignment. We're here to let all the blood drain towards our face in a semi-inversion that helps to calm the nervous system. So even if your knees are slightly bent, or if you happen to have blocks underneath your hands, because that is the modification that you usually take in your practice, know that it is wholeheartedly welcomed by me. The armpits hug in, so you make sure that your arms, your upper back, and your chest muscles are working for you. Stabilize the shoulder joints. And from that stability, let the sides of the body lengthen a little bit more. The outer hips widen. Front of the thighs contract for the back of the knees to open. Heels to the floor, and if they are, toes off the floor to stretch into the calves and lengthen into the Achilles. Breathe in one more time. Now you neutralize the neck, ears sitting alongside the biceps. Exhale all the way out. Good, come forward into plank. Lower down into all fours. Take your palms one step forward. Come into cow spine. Exhale, come into cat spine. Go forward with the shoulders until your thigh bones touch the floor. Gently allow your toes to point back. If you need to, bend the elbows a little bit more. We're in the shape of cobra. And as you exhale, press your knees into the ground. Sit your buttocks back into child's pose. Come onto your fingertips as your forehead touches the floor. Let's try that again. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale completely. Affirm a grounding through the hands, affirm a grounding through the feet. Come into plank pose, inhale. Knees down to the floor, all fours, exhale. The palms take half a step forward, cow spine, breathe in. Cat spine, breathe out. Hold your cat, go forward with the shoulders. Untuck the toes until you're able to lift up through the heart. Turn the armpits, the front of the armpits towards the front where you're looking towards. Press into the shins and the knees, push back into child's pose. You get the idea, we're flowing the spine, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog, breathe out. Conscious, slow moving postures, not to strain the body, but really to awaken the energy. Feel your breath. Stretch your spine. Breathe into the back of your legs. Plank pose, inhale. All fours, exhale. Palms half a step forward, cow spine, breathe in. Cat spine, breathe out. Hold the cat, belly in, thighs forward, thigh bones to the ground, toes point back. Hug your heels to the midline, contract the buttocks a little, pull the belly button in. Push back into child's belly in, squeeze your butt cheeks together so you don't compromise the lower back. Downward dog, exhale. 2 more rounds. You feeling the posture already? The postures. You feeling the flow already? Let's go, plank pose. All fours. Half a step forward, cow. Cat. Cobra. Child. Down dog. Exhale. For the last time, plank. All fours. Half a step forward, cow. Cat, squeeze in the thighs. Cobra. Belly in, shins on the floor. Child. Tap the toes, lift the hips. Down dog, exhale. Breathe in 1. Exhale 1. Breathe in 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Lift your heels. Take tiny steps forward with straight legs. Halfway lift, hands on shins, look forward. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift through the pelvic floor, and exhale, bow. Be where you can. Maybe hands on the floor, maybe hands on the calves, maybe hands on blocks, or maybe hold on to the elbows. If you like, we're spending about a minute here. If you like, you can hold on to your big toes for Padangusthasana, hand to big toe posture. And if you like, you can reach for your blocks to rest the crown of your head. So a minute's a long time if your hamstrings are tight, but it can also be really relaxing if you're in the right state of mind. So let's nurture the intention of the practice once again. You are finding the calm amidst your chaos. The chaos might be at this stage all the tightness in your muscles, or having the unfamiliar direction of your head hanging beneath the heart. But as you breathe, as you so consciously did in your opening meditation, try and release your facial expressions. Maybe even part the lips and allow the eyes to relax a little bit more. And maybe instead of fighting all the changes that are now surfacing within the body, you're going to welcome them with an open mind. They have the saying, better out than in. So if all this tension or tightness is residing in your body and your practice is helping to let that go, isn't that a wonderful thing that you should welcome and embrace? It's all about perspective. Keep coming home to you. 10 more seconds. That gives us about 2 more long, deep, nourishing breaths. Hands on the mat where you can find steadiness, halfway lift. Exhale, fall. Press your palms together, grow tall with your legs. Lift your spine very slowly, round all the way up, hands to heart, Tadasana. Create balance from within. If you're feeling a little lightheaded, maybe you're not used to such a long forward fold, you can open your eyes. But if you feel like you have everything under control, the eyes remain closed. And now your practice challenges your feet to find a sense of grounding for you. So pick up on all the skills that you had previously acquired from your Hatha, your Iyengar, your Vinyasa, your Yin-Yang practice, Tadasana, such a powerful starting posture, where you are chaotic in your mind from that semi-inversion perhaps, or where you are receiving a really nourishing sense of calm, come back to that Tadasana so that you can reset the inner state of balance. so that you can find your calm amidst the chaos. Last breath, everybody. We take the hands above the head. Inhale, press your palms as they touch above you. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift to look forward. Lengthen your legs, your spine, your arms, chin away from your chest. Hold on to your ankles if you can. Exhale, fold and pull. Hands on the floor, step right leg back. Knee to the ground. Inhale, take arms up. Use the outer hip, pelvic floor, and buttock muscles to hold your pelvis in place. I'd like you to engage the strength of your right glute. And there, instead of collapsing downwards, you're rising up. Your legs are working strong. Left hand on the hip, right hand on the floor. Tuck your right toes under to lift the right kneecap off. Back leg straight and strong. You're looking forward for now. Look forward, inhale. As you exhale, twist body to the left. Separate your left thigh away from your belly, not by opening the left knee out to the side, but by holding the belly in and revolving the rib cage. So your left big toe presses down with conviction as your left knee pushes forward and your right toes work doubly hard for the back of your right thigh to reach up towards the ceiling. One more breath, left bicep to the ear maybe. Lengthen your fingertips away from that back heel. Squeeze the inner thighs, the hips sit low. And exhale, left hand to the floor, step back into downward facing dog. Let's go into that flow that we did before. Plank pose, inhale. Knees down, exhale. Cow spine, breathe in. Cat spine, breathe out. Half a step forward, cobra, inhale. Belly in, protect your lower back, child's pose, exhale. Tap the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog, breathe out. Feet together, right leg up. Step forward, foot in between hands. Left knee to the floor, we take the arms up. We lift and lengthen through the upper body. The energy of Anjaneyasana, or your Crescent Lunge, is uplifting through the torso, but grounding through the lower body. So can you find that balance of both sections of your body? Can you meet it halfway? And can that bring peace to whatever you're going through right now? Left body strong, right thigh muscles wrapping around the thigh bone. Breathe in, deep breath. Right hand to the hip, left hand to the floor. Let's take that left knee off the ground. Inner thighs come together with conviction. Left arm steady, ready to embrace this pose as though you're about to take a side plank. Breathe and look forward, exhale, twist. Take the arm up. It's not easy to breathe in a twist. It really isn't. And so this posture here tests your ability to find your calm amidst the chaos. The chin aligns with the right shoulder, maybe, if that's okay for your neck. As you push down into your left hand and straighten into your left arm, can you reach up a little more with the right? Smoothen out the breathing. And for your last breath, maybe right bicep to the ear. Stretch, lengthen, lengthen and extend. Do that while sinking low in the hips, but supporting through the pelvis. Hands on the ground. You step forward, halfway lift, flat back. Forward fold, hold the ankles, exhale. Press palms, rise up, inhale. Namaste, breathe out, exhale. Inhale, deep breath, sweep. Exhale, long breath, dive. Inhale, halfway, straighten your legs, 10 toes, press down. Hands to ankles, exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, low lunge. Take arms up, inhale. Breathe in deeply. As you exhale, left elbow to cross on the outside of the right thigh. Simple twist. As both hands come to the center of the heart, press down into your left shoelaces and then spiral the ribs. Squeeze your right elbow in towards you. Lengthen the neck so the crown of the head slides away from that bottom knee. You can stay here or for 3 breaths, the left toes tuck under and the left leg goes strong. Just for 5. 4. Pull your right hip bone back. 3. Engage through that back leg. 2. And 1. Left knee to the ground, arm twist, back into your crescent lunge, inhale. Hands down, step back, down dog, exhale. Plank pose, walking through that back bending flow. Knees down, breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, cat. Cobra. Trials. Tap the toes, lift the hips, down dog, breathe out. Left leg up. Knee to forehead. Left foot steps. Right knee down. Sweep arms up, breathe. We've been here before. Left hand to hip. Squeeze your left knee in a little, creating more opportunity for that right elbow to hook. Push. Outer left thigh bone into the right tricep, and then push. Left palm into the right palm. And as you let this posture truly challenge your ability to breathe, we now visit the state of your mind. Are you willing to stay in this posture for 5 more breaths? Or are you already trying to quit and let go? And as you stay in this posture, you can tuck your toes to lift the back knee. Does it make you angry? Or are you able to apply what you learned before in your breath meditation? Breathing smoothly, taking that moment in between to be with your thoughts. It isn't necessary to be angry or frustrated while you're here. We're energizing the body with yoga asanas, all with good intention. If there's an overwhelming sense of emotional saturation, right knee on the floor, then if it needs to exit out of your system through your practice, let that go, let it be. Right foot steps forward. Breathe into every new posture like it is a new experience. Forward fold, exhale. Palms together, lift and rise. Namaste. Into Tadasana, breathe out. We revisit the power of Tadasana. We notice what our breath is like, what our state of mind is like when we embrace a slightly more yang or moving practice. And as the salutations have moved or unearthed, all that is stuck, not just in the physical, but also the energetic and emotional and mental body. Take a moment to notice what has surfaced, anything that you might need to work with. Maybe all that pent-up frustration from the work week before, maybe someone that you need to forgive. Continue to breathe into your body. Continue to let go and wholeheartedly release that exhalation. Blink open the eyes. Let's take a seat on the floor. We're going for dragonfly pose. I chose this pose because we're going to stretch the side body today in preparation for side lying pose, which would be our last posture. But out of all the side stretching pose, this posture makes me the most frustrated. Honest truth. So I'd like you to take your legs out wide, feet apart. If you need to, a folded blanket can cushion underneath the buttocks. If you have any pain along the back of the knee, Rohan said this is you, protect yourself, okay? So on the side of the knee that's a little tight or uncomfortable, the blanket can then go underneath the knee too. So all these props are here to make sure that you are able to hold each side. We're going left, center, and right for 3 minutes, okay? Let's start with the left. I'm gonna place my blocks on the inside of my left leg. There are many ways that you can enter this pose. We're going for 3 minutes. I'm gonna place my heavy head in my left hand. And you can stay here with the right arm draping above you. You can also go into a half bind. Breathe into the right side of the waist. I have a lot of tension trapped in this space. And now my challenge, and perhaps your challenge too, is to exhale into the weight of the pelvis until you feel the undercurve of your right body descend to the floor. Not through force, but through surrender and submission. And as that happens, you will feel an organic passive release that has come to you because of your ability to let go. Soften the breathing as we wait with patience and tender loving kindness. Learn to breathe. And if your thoughts start to wander, maybe because there's no music, or maybe because within the practice space of your house there is no discipline, it happens, huh? Sometimes you get distracted by your family members or maybe a phone call. If you feel your thoughts scatter, try and come back to the intention of the practice. Invite the left side of the torso to align and stack on top of the left thigh. And then be where you can with the feet. You can flex them, you can relax them, you can point them, doesn't matter. Let the heaviness of your exhalation soften downwards. The tenderness of your inhalation inflate upwards. As the right side of the rib cage lifts and the right armpit lifts a little higher, notice what your breath is like. Are you still able to receive the inhalation and let go of the exhalation? And then pause for kumbhaka. Last deep breath here. Last long exhale. Brace your core. Come back to center slowly. Achy, achy. For just 5 breaths, turn your belly in the direction of the left thigh bone. You can readjust your blocks. We're just going to take a forward fold, pouring belly over the left thigh. Only here for 5 seconds as rebound. If it feels good for you, you now rest your right ear on your right palm. So you're actually taking a twist, looking towards the left. Slowly release, come back to center. Let's do forward right now. 3 minutes. In this very intense groin stretch, some of us may feel a little closer to the region of the groin, some of us may feel a little more in the inner thighs. Some of us might feel it even in the lower back. Can you breathe into the source of your struggle? Our meditation is done mostly on the mat. More commonly at the start and at the end of the practice. As your practice deepens and as you grow as a yogi, this meditation also happens during the practice. And you don't have to be in restorative to enable that to happen. Even in a vinyasa class, movement meditation, the flow, the coordination, getting lost in that movement, in that fluidity, in that ability to adapt and to experience, that is meditation too. But as our practice grows even more, the meditation then gets taken off the mat and into our daily lives. So if you're going through some hurdles or obstacles, you don't have to wait until there is a class to do. Ask yourself, what have I learned over the days, the months, or the years that I have been practicing? And what can I do with those acquired skills to help myself in this moment of need? It can be as simple as Viparita Karate, as I took a 30-minute time out for myself, or simple Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Doesn't have to be half an hour, can be 5 minutes, can be 5 seconds. One more deep breath here. One more exhale here. Come back up and let's visit the final side. Breathe in, sit up tall. Breathe out, stretching the left side of your torso as we lean our body weight to the right. Don't be afraid of the silence in between. And even if you're not having any music tracks playing in the background, notice if you can listen to your breath and enjoy the sound of your breathing. Learn to be with yourself. That is the most powerful way you can spend quality time nurturing self-love. We have about 1 more minute here. Just notice where your body is finding you. Breathe meditatively to find your calm amidst the chaos in this particular shape. Last breath, everybody. Next exhalation, lift torso back up to center. Turn your body, torso to the right. Core belly over the right thigh for 5 breaths. Stay here. Option to twist left ear, left palm. Slowly release, come back to center. Let's set up for our final posture. Take your bolster or 2 firm pillows. Follow the same side that I'm saying, okay? So it doesn't matter which side you're facing. Maybe depending on where your device is, you're seeing the flip side, that's fine. Let's all have our left hip against the bolster or your 2 pillows. 1 block for your left ear, 1 block for your right hand. The blanket, folded blanket, goes in between the thighs. So as I bring my hip as close to the bolster as possible, this will enable me to rest my left shoulder to the ground. I'm now going to place the first block underneath my left ear. We all have different body proportions. Explore with the height. Level 1, 2, or 3, whichever makes you feel good. And now we're going to take the right arm above the head, so you can drape the bicep over the ear and rest your right palm on top of the block. I've chosen height 3 so that it doesn't take too much of a strain on my shoulder. And I'd like you to simply explore where your body can be in peace. And as you simply have the knees in line with what your body needs, you can have them stacked, or the right knee can travel back a little. I'd like you to relax into the pelvic floor. Close your eyes, yogis. Let us begin Yoga Nidra. Let's pay attention now to the weight that's in our right arm. And as we release the weight of the upper arm bone into the ear, can you soften through the right ear and the jawline? And release and relax the facial expression in your face. As you soften through the inner right ear, notice how that changes the insides of your mouth. Give yourself permission for the mouth to relax and the tongue to expand within the mouth. The left side of your head is heavy. It is fully supported by the block beneath you. The heaviness of that top arm now relaxes into the right shoulder socket. And as you let all of the weight from that right arm drain down and out into the tips of your fingers, notice the right hand being soft, being languid, relaxing all the way. As you breathe into the right side of the rib cage, are you able to soften the ribs towards the midline? Let the heart sink. Let the digestive organs find a bit of allowance to breathe, to soften and to relax. And as you disconnect from your pelvic floor engagement for the right hip socket to dissolve completely, relax that inner right thigh, Let go of any holding tension in that right kneecap. Soften all the way down the shin to the inner ankle. And from the inner ankle, relax and let the sole of your right foot bloom like a flower. You have two options, everybody. If you choose to stay on this side, which you can if you don't feel like moving, you can take an additional 3 minutes here. If you like to go and move into the other side, the only thing you need to bring with you is your blanket, okay? So if you're changing sides, simply prop yourself up, turn over to the other side and do the same thing. But if you want to stay, if the body feels good, just staying there, then you can do that too. As you close your eyes, wherever you might be, on the left side or the right side, let's revisit what I mentioned earlier about self-soothing. So as you're now in this posture, noticing all the physical sensations, can you now mindfully breathe so that you're meditating? And as you meditate, allow your breath to soothe your nervous system. Release all energetic blocks within your body. And through the stillness of the body, start to find an inner silence so potent, so nourishing. You can choose to be here, you can tune out the volume, or choose to end the practice wherever you are. You can choose to go from this posture into Shavasana. Whatever you choose, honor the needs of your body right now. You are learning how to self-soothe, learning how to smoothen out your nervous system, unwinding, relaxing, and finding your calm amidst the chaos. Be where you are in this sweet moment of surrender. And from where you are on the mat, simply just have an intention to honor everyone that has partaken in this practice. And I wish you the most relaxing and nourishing public holiday, Vesak Day. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Take care. Visit me on my IG handle for more practices to come. Have a lovely day. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.